Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You allow your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindeman, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. Wherever you download your favorite podcast.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay to see community every day. The pregame show is brought to you by La Huerta Imports, family owned and operated since 1995. Visit lahuertaimports.com for more details. Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike the FA.
Beating the Timmins Majors And now that the anthems are over and done with at the Powassan Sportsplex, we get ready for battle here between the Voodoos and the Espanola Paper Kings. And as we mentioned, our player to watch for the Espanola Paper Kings, no relation to battalion defenseman Paul Christopoulos or his brother who shares the exact same name in Windsor, Alex Christopoulos. We're looking at number 23 in your programs, Alexander Christopoulos for the Espanola Paper Kings.
Yeah, the Southpaw is from Mississauga, Ontario. Out of 36 games, he's got 11 goals, 6 assists for 17 points overall.
He's definitely looked good so far for the team wearing highlighter green in their jersey, the Paper Kings, who were here a few weeks ago in a game that was tightly contested between the Voodoos and the Paper Kings. So we'll have to see how that one goes here and how this game goes all together for the Voodoos, who are likely going to finish third in their division at this point. We're underway here at the Sportsplex with the Voodoos in their home whites going right to left, and Espanola in their road black and highlighter greens going left to right, as that's Smetham behind his, or Leotino behind his net, out to McLean. McLean loses the puck, and now Rumelo goes the other way. Rumelo comes in, takes the shot, and that's Cannon Flageau in net for the Voodoos, and that just missed his net as well. 30 seconds into this one. Leotino, his ice pass hits Service. Service tries to get the puck up ice. Gadget stops it, and now it's McLean with the puck. Quickly, Espanola throws the puck back into the Voodoos zone. And now Leotino tries to get his team up the ice again, but puck right back to Espanola, who send the puck cross ice into the Voodoos zone for Jaden Sturge. Sturge, number 3 for the Voodoos, moves up ice, tries to get the shot away. Couldn't, though, as the puck comes in, and Flageau's going to cover that one up, as we're just over a minute into this game. And through the first minute of the minute and change in this one, it's been all Espanola holding onto the puck.
Cannon Flageau is in the net tonight for the Powassan Voodoos. The 20-year-old is from Littleton, Colorado, catches left, and out of 32 games, including, 31 up till tonight, this young man's got 20 wins, 7 losses, regulation losses, for a save percentage of 0.916.
And in net for the Espanola Paper Kings, we got number 31, Jake Maroy, who has put up pretty good numbers. In 15 games, he only has 1 loss. He's 14-1 so far with a .315 goals against average and .915 save percentage. So, imposing figure on the other side of the ice for the Paper Kings as we get ready to get back underway. Voodoos win the draw, up ice, and quickly knocked down by Smetham. So that's going to go for a call here, as Adam Morrell was quick on his whistle. The referee for tonight, along with Charlie Giesler, the linesman, who gets ready for the face-off right in front of our, broadcast booth. Patrick, who's been red hot for the Voodoos during their winning streak. The Voodoos have cooled off, barely getting by the French River Rapids on Wednesday, 6-5. And a game that as a shot comes in over the net of Flageau, a game that the Voodoos at one point led 5-0. Only winning that one 6-5 against a team that's well behind them in points. As now Ricci with the puck behind his net. That's Sturge with it. Sturge slowing things down before he goes off for a change, gives the puck to Ricci. And the Voodoos just send a wholesale line. We will have some affiliate players in net, or in the game as well, from the U18 Nickel Capitals in Sudbury. Caden Dubril and Alexander Duguay, who've both gotten into a combined 7 games with the Voodoos. As the puck is down into the Espanola end for the first time this game, but not for very long. As now, with a nifty move through, a shot on goal! And Espanola goes up 1-0 here early into this one on a dipsy doodle there by the Paper Kings during Gordon. That's the 16th of the season.
And this is not the start the Voodoos wanted up against the Paper Kings. Of course, when you've already punched your ticket to the playoffs, it's easy to think that you can coast through the first period or second period, not assuming that that's what the Voodoos are thinking. But Espanola's got something to prove here tonight, as they're still looking for their spot in the second round.
It's been a rough stretch, as mentioned, since the Voodoos were on a 10-game winning streak. They've won just 1 game or 2 games since in the few that they've played. Little with a quick shot, who's up playing forward, and not his usual defense, as the Voodoos are so hampered by injuries up front. I think at last check, 6 walking injured Powassan Voodoos forwards out with suspensions and injuries. Espanola trying to get the puck out of their own zone. They just throw it back for Horgan. Although Espanola is also injury riddled. Without star forwards. There's another shot from the point. That Sagan beat Flageau cleanly just over 3 minutes into this one.
And that's his 4th goal of this season for this young man. And we've got a 2-0 hockey game, and we've yet to see 3 minutes drain on the clock.
Wow, what a shot from the point there for Espanola, who, as I was just saying, come in injury riddled here without star forwards Devin Morrow and Lucas Signoretti, and they fell 7-3 to Elliott Lake Friday night. So they're banged up coming into this one, whereas the Voodoos have had some time off, but they're still banged up and now find themselves down 2-0 here early.
And they've got to give their heads a shake and get back into this game early.
Far side, that's Duguay. Knocks that one in. Now the shot comes in, just goes wide of the net. On 3 shots on goal, there's been 2 goals against Flageau so far. Might be one of those nights here from the Sportsplex. Wilkie behind his net, looks up ice, trying to find Dubril. Dubril tried to get to that, couldn't get to it as he was taking off the puck. And now it's back out to the neutral zone for Kelly. Kelly just throws the puck back in, Horgan with it. Horgan looks up ice, finds Guthrie. Guthrie gets a stick on it. And that one's going to go in, no icing, as Guthrie got the stick on it. Flip down the ice, Danuden, the former Voodoo from last season, battling with Service. Service plied his trade with the Espanola Express during the 2020 season. One that was not really a season, more of exhibition games due to the pandemic. And now Peters Davey leaves it for Rumelo. Rumelo, the captain, just whistles that one wide of Flageau's net. And it's all the way down out for Marouse to play for it. Danuden tried to get the puck up past McLean. McLean tried to bring it over the blue line, couldn't. And now the Paper Kings regroup. The Paper Kings lose the puck. Shields looks up ice and carries the puck well offside as Gazic was about a foot in the zone ahead of him. So we'll get another stoppage here. The Voodoos still looking for their first shot on goal, and we're 4.5 minutes into this period.
It's like I said, it's not the start that the Voodoos wanted. They're kind of limping into this game after a 6-5 win over the French River Rapids. And so they're a little tired, a little wired, and they've got to get back into this game early.
Sagan, most recent goal scorer, flips the puck into the Voodoos zone. Wilkie picks it up, goes down the ice, and they lost control of it. Although the last 2 games these 2 teams have played, both have come back from 2-goal deficits. Although in Espanola's case, they weren't able to win either game. As we'll get a nice and call here.
The last time these 2 teams played was February the 10th. The Voodoos got that one at the Powassan Sportsplex here in Powassan, 6-4 up against the Paper Kings. But like you were mentioning earlier, Courtney, the last game for the Powassan Voodoos, they won 6-5, but at one point they were up, what did you say, 5-0? And it does really make you feel like, did you escape with the win, or did you come out with the win clean when you had a 5-0 goal lead to leave it 6-5?
Just to give you a list of players injured, we'll give that to you at the next break here. It's an impressive list for the Voodoos. A lot of firepower. Patrick behind his net, or behind the Espanola net, gets it back to Ricci. Ricci takes the shot. That one's blocked. So the Voodoos still look for their first shot on goal. Sent down the ice over the head of Fullerton. Fullerton's going to have to skate after, and that's icing. So the banged-up Voodoos, as we mentioned, 6 players injured for tonight's game, includes Caden Long, Chase Thompson, Chase Strinchuluk, Matt McMillan, Austin Vassos, and Tyson Risman.
That's some impressive firepower, and like you said, that's it's one of these things where you really have to start leaning into your secondary scoring when you've got so many guys that drive the bus every night out of the game.
It's, we've seen a lot of affiliate players. The North Bay Trappers sent 3 players with the Voodoos Wednesday night. Justin Russo, Nate Gravel, who had a hat trick in today's game, and Caleb Dawson. As the puck comes out front, can't get it to go. Gravel and Russo both picked up multiple points in that game for the Voodoos. And impressively, the trio were not on for any goals against. As a big hit there by Leotino on the near side wall. Throws the puck into a scrum. Service. The former Express. Gets the puck up to Shields. Shields couldn't get it to Gazic. And the puck's flipped back down into the Voodoo zone. With the puck now. Behind his net is McLean. McLean starts up ice. Gains the red line, flips the puck in. The Voodoos do have one shot on goal registered now as well. Shots are 3-1. Lush fires that one into the Voodoo zone. And Wilkie picked it up momentarily, left it for Little. Up the ice quickly now, Powassan. That's Wilkie who takes a shot, and that one's turned away by Maroy. Interesting to note as well, Little, who's playing forward, he's closing in on the all-time points record for a defenseman, which is held by Cameron Moore at 92. Little now has 83 points on the year, or altogether with the Voodoos.
Yeah, not too bad for this young man for the Powassan Voodoos. And like you said earlier, with so much firepower out of the lineup, it's good to see the other guys picking up the slack and doing the hard work.
Puck down the ice, Smetham. One of the more consistent goal scorers here as he's one off the team lead. Tucker Shields throws the puck down the ice, and that's going to go for icing.
Jake Maroy is in the net for the Espanola Paper Kings tonight. The Southpaw is from Sudbury, Ontario. He's a big boy, 6 feet tall, 190 pounds, and out of 33 games played before the contest tonight, 15 wins, 14 losses, regulation losses, that is, for a save percentage of 0.915.
Big hit there by the Voodoos bench as the puck's back to the point for Horgan, who throws it in on net. And now Espanola sets up. Can't make anything happen though as Smetham flips the puck down the ice. Looking to get an edge, that's O'Brien. O'Brien with a shot, turns away by Maroy. Best chance so far for the Voodoos has now tied up the shots 3-3. Fullerton up to O'Brien. O'Brien over for Service. Service kicks it back for Ricci. Ricci cross ice. Kelly takes the shot, and that one just went wide. Another chance in tight by Service. And that one's turned away by Maroy. Going the other way, Espanola throws it in. Lejeau kicks that one aside. And now the puck goes to the far corner for Fullerton. Fullerton likes to flip it up for Ricci. Couldn't, and now Ricci picks it up and flips it out himself. Puck sent back in. Lejeau picks it up, leaves it for Ricci. Ricci throws it over to Kelly. Sends it behind the net for Fullerton, but it didn't even get to him, and now Little picks it up. Little, as we've seen so many times from the defensive zone, joins the rush, although this time as a forward, a little bit easier for him with less defensive responsibilities. As we're going to get called for a hand pass here by Adam Morrell. And we'll get another whistle here with 11:26 remaining in this first period. 2-0 Espanola leads.
The Voodoos have had their own share of injuries without star Devin Moreau and Lucas Signorelli as they fell 7-3 to Elliott Lake Friday night. So both teams feeling a little banged up here as we're continuing, as we're nearing the halfway point in the first period.
Horgan tries to flip the puck out, gets it to Little. Little carries the puck back in. Tries to go for a skate. Gets behind the net. And now that one's thrown back in by Leotino. McLean missed the puck, and now it goes down the length of the ice for Leotino. Also of note, Little with his 55 points now has passed Dayton Murray for the single season record for points by a defenseman. And that previous mark was at 45 by Murray. who had a great year, the championship year here for the Voodoos 2016-17. And it was neat to see he did that in Sudbury against the Cubs in a game I'm sure the Voodoos would love to forget. But Dayton Murray did send a video along to congratulate the captain on breaking that record. You can find that on the Voodoos social media page. Sturge carries the puck in, tried to flip it on net, it's blocked. And now going the other way is Espanola. Gringorton gained the zone, one of the goal scorers, lost the puck though. And now it's Gabriel who got hit hard, and that puck was knocked down the ice. Lejeau stops it up, gives it to Ricci, to Fullerton. Fullerton couldn't get a stick on it as the puck comes out for LaCroix. LaCroix throws it back in. Lejeau out to play it. Cross ice to Fullerton. Fullerton back up and goes rink wide to Patrick. Patrick takes the shot off a leg and goes wide. It's back to the point for Ricci, who tries the quick shot. That one's kicked away by Maroy. Now behind their net, Espanola just flipped the puck down the ice. That's going to miss everybody, and that's going to go for icing. As that one as Ricci just beat out the Paper Kings for the icing call.
The Powassan Voodoos have seemed to have gotten back into this game now with more than half the first period gone. 9:49 left on the clock. The guests are still out shooting the home team, though, 5-4. But I'll tell you, it's all a matter of which one crosses the goal line, and the Powassan Paper Kings still have a 2-0 jump on the Voodoos.
McLean threw it cross ice. It just missed the net. Now it's back in for Gazic. Gazic behind his net, flips it back up for Liatino. Liatino walks in, takes a shot, and calm, cool, and collected was Maroy, which will bring us to our mid-period timeout. So it's 2-0 Espanola so far in this one, and we'll be back on the other side of this on the front line.
This period is brought to you by Canada Alumni Purse. Get information on special events and news or access the alumni job portal. Visit canadacollege.ca/purse for more information.
His birthday today, and number 9, our captain, Alex Little, who celebrates his birthday tomorrow.
So, as you heard from public address announcer Mike Brito, Carson Ricci is celebrating his birthday today. Alex Little, the captain, will be celebrating his birthday tomorrow. You got to think that both of them would love nothing more than a win instead of maybe some cake.
Yeah, 20 candles on the cake for Mr. Little tomorrow, the Minden, Ontario native, and the Southpaw. I'll tell you, it's like you said, nothing like going into your birthday with a win.
Big one for sure for Little, and Ricci, of course, the battalion prospect, looking for a little bit more than some birthday wishes as well. He's been activated so far, and of course, the depleted team. Both these guys are going to have to play a bigger role. Now that Little hasn't, he's over a point a game.
That's right. That's right.
The captain leads by example. He's out there right now on the forward line with Lemke and Shields. So it says something when you're a defenseman and you go to play forward, you're already up on the top line.
That's right.
Shields through the neutral zone, up to Little. Little can't get a handle on it, and now it's back to Little, and Little carries the puck in, gives it back to Shields. Shields, the top goal scorer on this Voodoos team with 25 on the season. Gets it around to Liatino. And it's back out front. Tried to get it to Little, who's also a 20 goal scorer himself, to Lemke. Lemke back to the point. Wilkie quickly over to Little, tried to take a quick shot. That one's blocked. And it's back to Liatino. Liatino with a shot, and that one's tipped and well over the net and out of play.
We're penalty-free so far in this contest with just under 9 minutes to play. Of course, we've got 2 goals from the Paper Kings here as the Powassan Voodoos are looking to get back into this contest after an early trip.
Back to the point for McLean. McLean cross ice for Sturge. Sturge throws that one in behind the net. And it's behind the net. Looking for a tap-in was O'Brien, but the puck never got to him. And now it's McLean in his own zone. McLean with Den Uden all over him. Hit the side of his net, nearly lost the puck. Sturge to Smetham. Smetham over to Patrick. Patrick tried to get the puck in, couldn't. And now we're going to get a stoppage here. And there's a stick on the ice, which is Patrick. Is the stick on the ice? No, this is Patrick. That's my terrible joke for the night. I'm done. The Voodoos will be penalized here, will rather have a penalty power play here. It's almost as like the referees heard Andrew up here saying we're penalty free so far.
Yeah, I had to go and spoil it for everybody.
Well,
sorry about that, folks.
At least it's a power play for the home team here.
That's right. Maybe I should say it more often.
Maybe. But if it starts to go against the Voodoos, then we'll stop saying.
I mean, I'm already forced to wear the headset and put up with your jokes.
That's
so
true. If that's not penalty enough, I don't know what is. Little. Cross ice.
Game misconduct.
Takes the shot, was Gazic. That one was blocked. And it's quickly back over to Little. Little takes the shot, and that one's gloved down by Maroy. Shots are 6-5 now in favor of the Voodoos.
If I have to keep putting up with these jokes, can I get a 3-game suspension, please?
Fun fact.
Yes.
Former Voodoos head coach Max Gavin was suspended a few games. And I'll explain something funny about that in the next stoppage here. It's back to Little. Little in for Gazic. Gazic in deep for Lemke. Wilkie knocked down in the corner. Now the puck's down underneath them. And the two teams are battling for it, and it gets back out for Shields. Shields at the point. Leaves it there for Gazic. Gazic over for Shields. Shields back to Wilkie. Wilkie in for Gazic. Gazic couldn't handle it, lost it at the line, and now is in a foot race for it, but the Paper Kings player blew a tire, so Gazic was able to pick the puck back up and go end to end. Gazic behind the Espanola net, loses the handle on it again. Under a minute left on the power play, and the puck goes down the length of the ice. Liatino with it. Skates around the behind the net. Throws it up for Smetham. Smetham gains the zone. Goes into the front for Sturgeon. They score! Jaden Sturgeon, the Voodoos are in flight.
Absolutely. This is exactly what they were hoping for. They were looking to capitalize on this power play opportunity, and we've got a 2-1 game here as the Powassan Voodoos have re-entered the contest.
It was actually Connor O'Brien with the goal, his 16th of the season, which was funny because you would think the alarm bells would kind of go off. That why is Jaden Sturge up that high as a defenseman on the power play? But I blame it on the netting. When there's single-digit numbers here, it's kind of hard to see sometimes because of this netting. And the red numbers do you no help.
Absolutely.
Whatsoever. As the puck comes in, Flageau didn't know where it was, as now the Voodoos on the power play are able to have the lead. This is 2-1 Espanola. Lemke tried to get it in. Little flips it in behind the net. And again, that's O'Brien. Maybe if you check out our social medias, you'll see him on Twitter or Facebook. As the quick shot comes in, Flageau turns that one aside. Another chance, just misses the net. You'll see O'Brien getting a face full of water there from trainer extraordinaire Matt McDougall. Maybe that had something to do with it. Not saying there's any performance enhancers in that water or anything. Service. Tries to flip the puck past Horgan. He can't. And now the puck's out to the neutral zone. And Espanola up front for LaCroix. LaCroix with some space takes the shot. And Flageau with the save. As I was saying earlier, though, so Max Gavin, the head coach for the Voodoos the last 2 years before the pandemic, he got suspended for, it wasn't like he did anything. It just so happened one of his players jumped over the bench, went to a fight. So the coach gets a suspension for that because you're supposed to control the bench.
You're supposed to hang on to your guys.
Yeah, so he was really, because if you go to Cochrane, they have a buffet upstairs.
Yeah.
He was really hoping that a suspension was going to go over that so he could go and eat the buffet. That was his first game back from the suspension. While we're talking about
some days you get the bear and some days the bear gets you, you know?
That's literally it. And the Crunch's logo? A polar bear.
There you go.
The most terrifying polar bear that they skate through, though, as an inflatable. You can find it on Google if you ever type in the Cochrane Crunch. Smetham with the puck. Tries to throw it across ice and couldn't. Now it's Fullerton at the neutral, at the red line. As a glove from a Paper Kings player falls onto the ice, and we'll get the play blown dead.
Absolutely. Nick Latino had the assist on the single Powassan Voodoos goal so far. That's his 14th assist of the season, aiding Connor O'Brien, as we've got a 2-1 hockey game here, and the home team trailing the guest in shots 7-8.
Follow them on social media and subscribe for your favorite podcast.
Service, or Shields, through the neutral zone. Takes a shot, kicked away by Maroy. And Lemke gets it at the point, throws that one back in. Looking for Little. Little behind the net. Sends it in for Shields. Shields goes cross ice, can't get it. Now it's Sturge with the puck. He's knocked hard into the wall. And the puck gets back to the point. And the Paper Kings can't get it out as the Voodoos set another one on net. And Maroy turns that one aside as well, as now we get another stoppage here.
We've got 4 minutes, 47 seconds to drain in the first period. The shots are 8-8. The Powassan Voodoos have put themselves back into this game with a trailing the Espanola Paper Kings 2-1. But if this is hockey, Courtney, a lot can happen in 4 minutes and 47 seconds.
We know that for sure. It's not like football, though, where everything can happen in the last 10 seconds, yeah. As we'll get another stoppage here. So as I was saying, unfortunately our viewers at home won't get to see this, but if you've seen trailers for the movie Cocaine Bear, the polar bear that the Cochrane Crunch skate out from is the version of that. Yeah. It is the thing of nightmares, straight up. There's
certain things you just can't unsee, folks.
Gazich takes the shot.
Just consider yourself lucky on that one.
I went to a Cochrane Crunch game, and I saw that, and I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
I don't understand. I couldn't get it. Although they were in the finals against the Rayside Balfour Canadians at the time, Horgan throws that one on net, and it's Gazich. I was just happy to be in Cochrane in April, and there was still hockey. Little did I know when I walked into that rink that day, I would see something that would haunt my nightmares for the rest of my life. Liatino into the zone. Chasing after it. Can't quite get a hold on it, though. It's back to Smetham, who throws it on net. And it goes wide. O'Brien gets it back to Patrick, who took a quick shot, and it was well over the net. And out of play.
It's a little bit like if you give a big box of markers to that one kid in the kindergarten class that you know is a little unstable, and he goes and, hey Johnny, can you draw me a nice picture of a bear? And that's what he draws, just saying.
I can't call the game anymore after that.
Just trying to help.
All right, let's get back underway here. Patrick behind the Voodoos net with it, battling for possession. 3.5 minutes left in this first period. 2-1 Espanola leads. Smetham flips the puck out and gains the zone. Smetham back to O'Brien. O'Brien cross ice for Fullerton. Fullerton flips the puck in. And it's Smetham throwing the puck back. Patrick trying to stop that one. But the Paper Kings recover and get it down to the Voodoos zone. Lush with a chance takes a shot. Flageau knocks that one aside. And now we're going to get some rough stuff after the whistle as well. We'll have to see if any penalties come from that one. But ever since Espanola scored their second goal of the game, it feels like Powassan's done a pretty good job of answering back.
Well, I don't think they liked getting served up with two off the dish right here at the Powassan Sportsplex, and they've decided to give the crowd their money's worth here, and they've battled back with one goal, nearly a second, and we've got 3 minutes left to drain in the first frame.
Espanola wins the draw here in the Voodoos zone. Den Uden gives it in for Lush. Lush skates, or that's Lines rather. Lines battling with Shields, gets away with the puck, skates it out. Sagan throws the puck back in. Shields is going to pick up the loose puck but can't get it very far. Shields once again with the loose puck, flips it out of the zone, nearly hitting linesman extraordinaire Charlie Giesler. Puck sent back down into the Voodoos zone. Little throws his weight around at Lines. Sturge throws the puck up ice and Kelly gets it. Kelly goes cross ice for Lemke. Lemke flips the puck in, and that's going to have too much mustard on it, as Maroy is going to get to that one and cover it up.
The last 3 games for the Powassan Voodoos, they, like I said, like we were talking about, the 6-5 win for French River, and then a 7-4 loss up against Timmins, and a 3-2 loss up against Hearst. So Timmins and Hearst, tough teams on the block to take on as the Powassan Voodoos look to rebuild their streak.
Gazic takes a shot, another stop there by Maroy. And as you mentioned, since the Voodoos were on a 10-game winning streak, they lost to Timmins to break that streak. Then they beat Cochrane, lose to Hearst, lose to Timmins, and then beat French River. So they've won only 2 of their last 5 after that 10-game winning streak. So they're definitely looking to get off the schneid here. And again, with a lot of injuries, it might be a little bit tough to do so with Gazic behind the net. Back up to Leotino, talking to assistant coach Josh Hardeman. Is Kelly with the puck. Out front now with Leotino off the post. No goal, the referee signals, and play will continue. Leotino with a great look there for Powassan. McLean up to Service. Service goes cross ice. Gazic overskated that one. Now Kelly tries to kick the puck up the ice to Gazic, and he does. Gazic just served his lunch right there and knocked down, but quickly gets up and gains the loose puck. Smetham throws the puck in, turned away by Maroy. Smetham back to the point for Ricci. Ricci goes cross ice, and now it's in for O'Brien. O'Brien back in for Smetham. Smetham tried to pass the puck, couldn't get it, and lost that one. Fullerton tried to get to O'Brien. No, Fullerton, O'Brien take their man in right near the Voodoos bench, and Horgan picks it up. Horgan stood up by Fullerton. To a smattering of applause here at the Sportsplex, but Espanola keeps the puck in, throws the puck up, and it hits the roof here at the Sportsplex, and we'll get a stoppage in play here.
We've got a stoppage in play with 37.7 seconds left on the clock. After this, the Powassan Voodoos get a little bit of a break, 4 or 5 days or so before they travel to the John Rhodes Community Center to take on the Thunderbirds.
Late trip this year to the Sioux for the Voodoos. Usually you see that one done in the falls. They'll be taking on the Eagles shortly after that. We're only 1 weekend of home games away from the season ending here for the Voodoos. Puck in front of their zone, or of their net. Flipped on, Flageau stops that one, and the Voodoos clear the puck down the ice. Down they go. That's going to be O'Brien with it. O'Brien taken into the boards, and Lush picks it up. Still battling along the boards. With 4 seconds, that's pretty much going to do it here as the puck's down the ice, and it will indeed be what it is here with the shots on goal ending at 11-10 in favor of the Voodoos after the first period. But Espanola leads where it counts, 2-1 after 20 played. And Andrew, how, other than the Cochrane Crunch Bear, how are we feeling on that 20 minutes?
Boy, I tell you, it was a period of 2 teams. There's no question about it. The Paper Kings rolled out, if you will, into this first period, taking an early command, taking 2 goals before 3 minutes had left the clock. And the second half, the Powassan Voodoos popping one in and retaking control of their home ice.
Well, we'll have to see if the Voodoos have it in them in the second period to come back fully and tie the game up at 2. But with that being said, we're going to take a break here for the intermission, and we'll be back at the start of the second period on the front line. He's Andrew, I'm Courtney, cameraman Mike Brown, producer Ben Long. We'll see you on the other side of this. As always, keep your eye on the front line.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canador's alumni office. Visit canadorcollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay, to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex as the Powassan Voodoos look to try and tie this one up here against the Espanola Paper Kings, in which they are down 2-1 currently. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Andrew White on the color commentary. And Andrew, why don't you give us a bit of a rundown as to what happened in that first period?
Well, and the long and the short of it is the Espanola Paper Kings got off to a quick 2-goal hop. The first goal coming in just 2 minutes, 12 seconds into this game. The next one, we could barely catch our breath. 3 minutes, 1 second into the game. And so that's a minute 11 later. The Espanola Paper Kings scored again. The Powassan Voodoos did get one back on the other side of the halfway mark at 12:57. Connor O'Brien put one in thanks to a little help from Smetham and Liatino, as now we've and that's where we've left it on the scoreboard, with the Espanola Paper Kings with 2 and the Powassan Voodoos with 1. The shots are 11-10 in favor of the home team. And of course, if you're just joining us into this broadcast, we do have one penalty so far into this game. Spencer Horgan had 2 minutes for slashing in the first period, but no penalties to the Powassan Voodoos. Like I said, Courtney, as they got themselves back into this game pretty quick on the other side of the first half, and we'll see what they can do here. Now, if you were the Powassan Voodoos head coach, what was the conversation? What was your main takeaway in the dressing room?
Forget everything about those first 5 minutes. Remember everything from the last 15.
There you go.
Basically, it was, as you mentioned at the end of the intermission, a tale of two teams for Powassan, where basically the Voodoos did not start well, but they came off and they worked hard and got a power play goal late. And we'll have to see if they're able to tie things up as we get a quick icing call here. 16 seconds into the period, the Voodoos in their home whites are going left to right in this period. And the Paper Kings are going right to left in their black and highlighter green jerseys. And I always joke whenever I see these jerseys with people, the black ones aren't as bad as the white ones. But It almost looks like someone on to EA Sports NHL there and went on to create a team, and good enough.
that's what it looks like.
Puck kept in by Lemke as there was a big hit in the corner there with Little and Lush. Little chasing after it. Little, the defenseman, captain of his team, playing forward. As Liatino flips the puck back in. Lemke back for Liatino. Liatino looked to get the pass out front to Little and couldn't. And now the puck is down into the Voodoo zone. Espanola carrying the puck around, taken to the ice there by Liatino. And Liatino now battling for the puck with Lush coming away with it. Lush skates the puck in, takes the shot. Flageau looked behind him. And it looks like maybe it found its way past him. Just from the reaction, no. Flageau made the save, but all reactions on the ice seem to point otherwise.
Yeah, we just weren't sure if we had a third goal there for just a second, but no indicator that that's what we've got, and we've got a face-off on the far left side of broadcast as we get going here.
Face-off one back for Wilkie. Skates around his net. Looks to flip it up the ice, and he does. And Patrick flips the puck in. The Voodoos can't gain the zone for long, though, as there's a delayed offside. And Maroy plays the puck behind his net. Sent up ice by Sagan. Sagan goes cross ice, and it's knocked in by Espanola. And we'll get an offside call there. So, the Voodoos will have a face-off in front of the Espanola bench.
We've the Powassan Voodoos are hitting the road after this. They have a game tomorrow up against the Paper Kings. 2 p.m. is the puck drop for that game, and then they have a few days off before they take on the Thunderbirds, the Eagles, and the Beavers the 10th, 11th, and 12th before they return home on the 17th.
Puck flipped into the Espanola zone, and those will be the last few games before the playoffs, of course. Kelly from the face-off dot can't get a shot away as it's blocked, and Peters Davey throws across ice. Lines. Sends it back to Romolo. Romolo's shot kicked away by Flageau. And it's up the ice quickly for the Voodoos with Kelly and service. Gazic picks it up though. Flips the puck down. It's offside briefly, but it doesn't matter as the Voodoos have the puck down in their own zone and flip it back out. As now we're just playing a game of ping pong with Peters Davy finally bringing it into the zone. Flips it in. Little flips the puck out of his zone, but Pethek's going to get to that one first. And the puck, knocked down into the Voodoo zone, and Espanola goes for a change. Gazic with some speed. Ricci takes the shot. That one's blocked aside by Maroy. And that one's sent cross ice now for Liatino. Liatino at the point takes the shot. Maroy gloves that one down. And we'll get another stoppage here.
Like you said a second ago, it's a bit back and forth. It's a game of ping pong. Both teams, I don't know if floundering is the word I would use, but really no one's created an offensive response into this second period so far, as both teams seem to be testing the waters with each other to see who's going to make the first defensive move.
Espanola still holds the advantage, 2-1 here. The Voodoos are the most recent goal-scoring team, though, and the shots are deadlocked at 12 apiece right now. McLean with some speed through the neutral zone. Gains the Espanola zone, but O'Brien was knocked down, and he slid into the zone and went offside. Now McLean mixing it up with about 3 different Paper Kings, and the referees get in there pretty quickly. Adam Morrell having some words for him, and then Gringorton comes in and whacks him.
And the referee says, no thank you, let's get back to the game here, boys, as both teams have a second to skate away from each other, have let cooler heads prevail, and as they reestablish what the next move is here, we're going to get going. The shots are 12-12 between these two clubs.
Shields wins the draw back to Sturge, and Sturge sends that one back in. And now it's going to be Duguay who knocks that one in. Duguay tiking hard into the boards from behind, and that's going to be a delayed penalty with Morrell having his arm up there. But a good shot came out of it for the Voodoos. So the Voodoos, who scored on their power play chance, will get another power play here with a Paper King going to the box.
And like I said earlier in the broadcast, the Paper Kings, this is their second time in the sin bin. The first one for slashing in the first period. The Powassan Voodoos make good on that, and let's see if they can do it again here with just under 4 minutes left, that's drained on the clock in the second frame.
And that'll be Sagan, who scored in the first period for Espanola. And it's back to Little. Little in deep for Lemke. Lemke's pass hit the net and came out of the zone as Wilkie gets to it first. Throws the puck up ice for Shields. Shields with some speed, gains the zone, stops up. Shields on the half wall to Wilkie. Wilkie back in for Gazic. Gazic in for Shields, looking to get it back to Gazic. But Espanola gets to it first and sends it down the ice with Wilkie trying to interfere with Peters Davy a little bit. Little gets the puck up ice for Gazic, gets it to Shields. Shields goes cross ice to Lemke. Lemke skates the puck in, knocks it around the net, and Espanola is going to send the puck down the ice with Liatino, who got a glove on it, but it still got down to Flageau. Liatino behind his net as his team goes for a change here in power play personnel. Still over a minute on the power play, though. Liatino up to Smetham. Smetham takes a shot. That one's just wide of the net, and Liatino keeps it in. Liatino into for O'Brien, the goal scorer. O'Brien went cross ice looking for Gazic, and now the Espanola has numbers going the other way. Takes the shot, Flageau with the save, and that's a big one there for the netminder, shorthanded. Patrick in the zone, leaves it for O'Brien. O'Brien shovels the puck in. Less than a minute with the man advantage now, and the Voodoos are stuck in the corner. Back to Liatino, though. Liatino walks the line. Takes a shot. Maroy looked a little bit uncomfortable on that one, but he still kept that one out. Liatino cross ice for Ricci. Ricci back for Service. Service tried to gain a good shooting position, as now the Paper Kings send the puck back down the ice in the waning seconds here of this man advantage. Cross ice for Liatino. Flips it up for Service. Service. And we're back to 5-on-5. Quick shot there And that was Kelly with it. Flipped it on Maroy, who has a good glove on that one and stops that one.
Maroy is doing his work here to keep the team 1 goal ahead as the Paper Kings are leading the Powassan Voodoos 2-1. But the Voodoos, though, not making this easy as they've taken a jump in the shot clock, 14-13. Not a sizable jump, mind you, but a jump nonetheless.
Flageau touched that puck, but they're still going to say it was icing. What? It's probably just going to go to the neutral zone, and that'll be it. So it will be icing. Charlie Giesler gets ready for the draw to the blocker side of Maroy, or far side from the broadcast booth, as the Voodoos win the puck back for Sturge. Sturge tries to flip the puck in, can't. And now the puck sent back in. And the Paper Kings are going to slow things down with Rumelo with it. Rumelo, the captain of this Paper Kings team, also a point-getting defenseman with 36 points so far on the year and 45 games played. Shields flips the puck down. Pethick keeps it from crossing the red line, and now the Paper Kings have numbers, but the Voodoos regroup, and now the Voodoos have a little bit of numbers going their way. Shields overskates the puck. Flipped it in for Lemke, but it hopped over his stick. And now Lush will have to go after it and flips it down the ice. No icing. Leotino up quickly to the boards, or for Lush. Lush throws that one in. And now McLean with it behind his net. McLean from behind his own net skates through the neutral zone. And McLean carries it in, leaves it for Smetham, who takes a quick shot. And that one's stopped there by Maroy and frozen.
The next 4 games for the for the Espanola Paper Kings, they are all at home. They head home tomorrow. They're going to hitch the Voodoos bus to the back of theirs and drag them along with them for a game tomorrow at the Espanola Regional Complex at 2 p.m. The next 3 are all on the road. For visiting teams. The Paper Kings are at home. They welcome the Cubs, the Gold Miners, and the Rapids.
Well, a bit of a tough schedule there with the Voodoos coming and the Cubs.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
O'Brien flips the puck back around. 7 minutes gone in the second period. Still 2-1 for Espanola. Leotino flips it up for Patrick. Patrick back for Greg Gorton. Patrick picks the puck up and flips that one down the ice. Horgan knocks that one around. And now everyone misses the puck. It's almost as if nobody wanted it in the Espanola zone. As now it's kept in. Sagan tried to get it out. O'Brien got to it first, threw it in front for Patrick. Maybe it was a little bit too hot for handle for Patrick. Fullerton quickly up for Patrick. Patrick tried to flip that one in. And now Horgan goes after it and drags it into the Voodoo zone. Puck bouncing everywhere. Nobody could get it to settle down. And flipped back in by the Paper Kings. Green Gorton at the point. Stands up, takes a quick shot, missed the net. And now the puck's in behind the net, and it goes around for Smetham. Smetham left it for Ricci. Ricci couldn't get the puck out. But the puck does get out, just out of play. So we'll get another stoppage here with 11:59 left in the second period. 2-1 Espanola leads.
Absolutely, and speaking of the Espanola region, when the Voodoos do return home on March 17th, who do they welcome but the Cubs? They welcome the Cubs here at the Powassan Sportsplex, at 7 p.m. And then the next day they've got another game up against the Paper Kings at 7:30.
Last 2 home games of the regular season for Powassan. And then we'll get the playoffs. Gazic quickly for Wilkie. That one was right on. And a good save there by Maroy. And it is getting to that point of the year, but it looks like the Voodoos are going to be locked into a battle no matter what against the Hearst Lumberjacks at this point. Whether or not they have home ice advantage looks to be figured out over the next couple of weeks, but Hearst has jumped up to a sizable lead ahead of them now. Little chasing after it. It's now knocked in and kept in at the half wall. Battling for the puck. Comes in, Shields couldn't get a shot away. Lemke sits his boy down. And now Espanola throws the puck back in, and it bounces out in front of Flageau's net. And he's just going to pounce on that one. And we'll get another stoppage here.
Like you said a second ago, the Powassan Voodoos, if they do wind up against the Hearst Lumberjacks, they have their work cut out for them. Hearst sitting in second in the NOJHL's East with 30 out of 52 games played, 39 wins, 11 regulation losses for 80 points.
Impressive season for the Lumberjacks, beating the Voodoos too the last time out in Hearst. Those two teams have played each other well all year round though, so you know that's going to be a series worth watching. McLean up for Gazic, tries to throw it back in. Now it's Kelly who tried to shove that one in, couldn't. Back to Kelly. Kelly skates that one around behind the end wall. And now it's back for Gazic. Gazic back to the point, can't get to Liatino. And as I mentioned, the Hearst Lumberjacks and Voodoo series will be much to watch. Hockey, maybe not so much the Timmins Rock and French River Rapids, if that's who it is, or the Cochrane Crunch, as there is a sizable difference in points there as Peters Davey skates it in, knocks aside by Flageau. Flageau off his toe, kicked that one aside and gets back up. Now cross ice, the Paper Kings couldn't get a good shot away, and it just misses the side of the net. And now the Voodoos try to flip it back down. Horgan flips it back up for Sagan. Sagan can't get it past Service. The Service shovels the puck down for Horgan to chase after. Horgan taken in hard into the boards by Gazic. Now Sagan with the puck. Sagan flips it up the ice. And LaCroix is going to go out with that one. LaCroix with a shot. That one's blocked in front. And now it's going to be sent back in by Guthrie. Guthrie with another shot just off the skate of Flageau. And knocked aside. Smetham's going to flip that puck down. And that one's going to go in on Maroy. And that one's going to make for a stoppage here. And we'll have our mid-period break as well. So on the other side of this, we'll return. Espanola still leads 2-1 on the front line.
This period is brought to you by Canada Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news or access the alumni job portal. Visit canadacollege.ca/perks for more information.
Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike the FA.
We welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Andrew White. And Andrew, I didn't really get to finish my thought, but that Timmins Rock versus French River Cochrane series is going to be interesting for sure, because I believe there's probably about a 70 or 80 point difference between the two teams.
It's quite the jump in the just having a look at the East. The Timmins Rock have 87 points going into tonight, of course. Hearst have 80, so there's a 7-point difference. And then the Powassan Voodoos have 71, so there's a 9-point difference there. And then way down underneath there is the French River Rapids with 19. So it's quite even in the top three. Nobody's really nipping at the heels of anybody else.
Yeah, so the Voodoos and Lumberjacks will be a tight series for sure. I think it would be a surprise to anybody if Timmins doesn't win their first round series against either French River or Cochrane in 4 or 5 games. Quite
Handily so. Of course, our player to watch for the Powassan Voodoos tonight is Thomas Gazic from Minnetonka, Minnesota. He's a good American boy, and he's got coming into tonight's game. Out of 27 games, he's got 6 goals, 11 assists for 17 points.
Shot quickly, turned away by Maroy. He's also making his return from injury as well, as he took a knee-on-knee hit on Family Day against Sudbury. That ended up being a suspension for Cole Crowder. Of course, Cole Crowder's dad, Troy, played in the NHL. But yeah, Cole Crowder getting a bit of a suspension. And it was something that was wild, too, because the referees on the ice didn't call it. But then we got to see the replay right away. And he was definitely headhunting, basically, looking for him. Yes. Wasn't a nice hit.
Yeah, sometimes the adrenaline and the desire to make the play can kind of get the better of these young players. And, well, that come to say it's even happens in the NHL.
Heavy shot from the point, turned away, or rather just missed the net. And now McLean with it in his own zone. Sends the puck to the near side for Sturge. Back to McLean. McLean up ice for Smetham. And now coming in is O'Brien. Back for Smetham. Smetham quickly across to Patrick, and what a save by Maroy. Oh my goodness gracious. Turned that one aside with the glove hand as he came across and robbed him. 8.5 minutes left in the second period, 2-1. Espanola remains with the lead after a gigantic save by the gigantic netminder. And the puck sent back down the ice now for an icing call against Espanola.
Smetham's already got 1 assist tonight on the Powassan Voodoos goal. It's his 17th assist, and we nearly had a 2-2 game there. That was a highlight reel save from the Espanola netminder.
Rumelo throws the puck around behind his net. Gazic will be the first one to get to it, though, although in the neutral zone. Carries it all the way back to his zone, and now it's Fullerton. Fullerton behind to the net. Gets it to Ricci. Ricci overskated that one, and now Espanola with a chance, takes a shot. It's off the stick and over the net, and Flageau's going to pounce on that loose puck.
Cannon Flageau is back into this game. No questions asked after an unfortunate first 3 minutes. From Littleton, Colorado, he comes in to this with 20 wins, 7 regulation losses for a save point average of 0.916. And he's doing fine here tonight.
I would say so for sure. He's definitely rebounded nicely. Lemke flips the puck up for Little. Little leaves it for Shields. Shields skates the puck into the zone. He's knocked down. No call coming on that one. Sagan, who has served a penalty in this game and scored a goal, gets it in for Little. Little quickly for Wilkie. Turned aside there by Maroy. Out now for Shields. That one's blocked. And now quickly going the other way is Green Gorton. Green Gorton in alone on Flageau, takes the shot. That one stopped. Secondary chance there by Horgan. Turned aside. In the near side corner now as this game has opened up a little bit over the last few minutes. As now we have a delayed penalty. And it looks like Maroy's trying to figure out if it's for his team or against the Voodoos. And now Maroy's just going to skate back into his bench. He came out to about the blue line. Then he was kind of unsure, like, should I go? Should I stay? Because I don't think he realized which team the penalty was for.
Yeah, we have yet to see what the call here is.
Judging by Little's pleading with the referees, I'm going to guess it's going to go against the Voodoos.
Well, if it is, it's that's exactly looks like what's going on here. But it is the Powassan Voodoos' first penalty of the night. The Espanola Paperkins have taken 2 minors, 1 for cross-checking, 1 for slashing. This will be the first time the Voodoos are stuck in the brig.
So it will be the captain, Little, who goes. 19-17 are the shots on goal in favor of the Voodoos. But now the Paper Kings look to reopen a 2-goal lead. Nearly losing it there. That was Green Gorton, one of the goal scorers who just had a breakaway. Back for Green Gorton. Green Gorton flips the puck in. Flageau gloves that one down.
And it's a holding minor for the captain, as he's going to spend 2 minutes in the brig for the Powassan Voodoos. Like I said earlier, Courtney, it's the first Powassan penalty so far this game, as the Powassan Voodoos have come back to life, looking to even things up. They've already popped in 1 in the first, and now they're looking for 1 more, at least 1 more in the second.
Shields wins it back to Service. Service gets it and throws the puck promptly down the ice. And now that's going to be Horgan who gets to it first. Horgan with time. 1.5 minutes remain on the man advantage. Gets around Shields and gets it up to Rumelo. Rumelo gains the red line, flips it in, hops over the stick of Flageau. And Espanola regains possession. Flips the puck in. It's going to be Espanola with it. Back to the point. Horgan just knocks that puck back in for Rumelo. And the puck hits a Voodoo skater and goes down the ice almost into the Espanola zone. And now Wilkie tried his best to get the puck back down the ice and couldn't. Service will be the first on it. Flips the puck around the end of his zone, but Espanola will get to it first. Paper Kings with possession. In deep, threw that puck out front. Couldn't get it to go though, and now the Voodoos have some space with O'Brien going down. O'Brien takes a shot, just missed the far corner, and that would have been a nice shorthanded goal now as O'Brien, taking hard into the boards, is slow to get up. No call coming on that one. Rumelo and the gallery beside me, definitely very vocal right now. Puck comes out front, and it's flipped back down with 15 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Back behind the net. 5 minutes remain. 2-1 Voodoos trail. And now Lush flips the puck in and chases after it. Lemke in the corner up for Liatino. Loses it to Pethick. Pethick cross ice. Couldn't find his man. And Lemke picks that one up and looked up ice for Little. Little now in a foot race for the icing call. Wins it out. And Little shovels the puck around, although Sagan gets to it first. Sagan tried to get a quick up ice pass, but couldn't, as that one was blocked by the Voodoos. Flip back down, and now Peters Davey battles with Liatino. Battling in the corner. Den Uden once again battling with the Voodoos. Can't get that one to go anywhere. Now Den Uden and McLean have a few pleasantries that they exchange with one another, but no penalty coming on that one.
I've been to look at the scoreboard right now in various other parts of the NOJHL tonight. The Espanola Paper Kings, of course, here in Powassan, they are taking the Powassan Voodoos down 2-1 thus far. And of course, we've got, we've got a few other games there.
We have the Eagles are up 4-0 on Cochrane halfway through the second. Hearst is leading French River 4-3 with 5 minutes left in the second. And lastly, the Sioux Thunderbirds are up 3-1 on Elliott Lake midway through the second as well, as we're back underway here at the Sportsplex. And now Service chasing the puck. He has a chance here. Service down the ice, tried to flip it out front, gets it to Kelly. Kelly's shot just missed the net. That's a couple of times this period now that the Voodoos have looked to tie it and have just had good saves or just missed their spot. And Espanola still has the 2-1 lead. Espanola lines, battling for it, loses it, and now Smetham up to Gazic. Gazic takes a shot, it's off the skate of Pethick, and Den Uden gets to it and sends the puck up ice. A broken stick there for Sturge leads to him getting off, and the Voodoos were down a man briefly, but they get back to 5-on-5. Wilkie to Liatino as the two defensemen lead the rush. Takes the shot, turned away by Maroy, and now a hard hit in the corner, but Espanola gets the puck up and down the ice. Guthrie in the corner with O'Brien. Battling for it, the Voodoos pick it up and send it up the ice, missing the pass on Smetham, and Espanola gets to it first, but Patrick flips it around. Smetham battling behind the net, loses it. Lush flips the puck up and out of the zone, but he gets it out of play, and now Pethick falls to the ice after a little altercation with Smetham there, but the referee saw through that ruse there as he looked more like a soccer player being, hey, someone blew on me, I must fall.
Yeah, that's right. The home team is taking advantage of the shot clock here. 21-18 thus far here in the contest.
Voodoos definitely doing their job here in the second period, just haven't been able to find the equalizer. A late goal here would provide some momentum for the team they call the Dews. Rumelo around for Pethick to Little. Now Little battling with it. Lemke flips it back around to Sturge. Sturge can't hold the line. Now going the other way is Guthrie. Guthrie misses the net, and now the puck back down for Rumelo in his own zone. Rumelo up the ice quickly for LaCroix. LaCroix gains his own, takes the shot. Flageau blocked that one aside. And now the Voodoos try to go the other way. Gazic kicks it in, was Lemke. Gazic chases after it with just under 2 minutes left in this second period. Gazic back to Fullerton. Fullerton takes the shot, and Service may have got a piece of that, but at the end of the day, Maroy turned that one aside, and we'll get another save for the netminder for Espanola.
And of course, he's keeping his team into this contest here. No question of it, as there's been one shot after another. The home team taking advantage of the shot numbers, like I mentioned earlier, Courtney. 22-19 thus far, and Maroy stopping all but 18 of them.
Fullerton flips the puck in. O'Brien gets to it. Another chance from the side of the net, just misses. Patrick battling for it. Another scrum here just behind the net of the Zamboni door. A door that we saw that ate the stick of a Trappers player in that first game today here at the Sportsplex. Fullerton chases in after it. That's going to go for icing. And we'll get another stoppage here with 1:26 remaining.
The Espanola Paper Kings coming off a pair of wins up against the Greater Sudbury Cubs 2-1, and then the Sioux Thunderbirds, 5-3. Before that, they suffered a 7-3 pasting from Elliott Lake.
Wow. It's weird to beat the Cubs like that and then lose to Elliott Lake like that.
I don't write them, I just read them.
Shields battling for it with Sagan. Behind the net, tries to lose him. Gets the puck into the near side wall. McLean with it. Sent the puck in on net. That one's knocked away by Maroy. Sent back in deep. And now McLean has it again. McLean's cross-ice pass hit a stick and comes out. Leotino now skates the puck in. Throws that one out front. Can't get that one to go. Lemke throws it right back where it came from. And now the bottle of Maroy is now into the corner. Somehow fell off the net. And now Lemke, as we see General Manager Chris Dawson do something we don't usually see him do, and that's run. Lemke flips that one back in. And now with that is Kelly. 30 seconds left. Kelly takes the shot. Maroy turns that one aside. And Gazic picks that one up and then sends it back to the point. There was nobody there. 20 seconds remain here in this final minute of this second period. Kelly up ice quickly to Service. 14 seconds, and now it's going to be Peters Davey with a shot. Flageau turns that one aside. And then a good chance there by the Voodoos defensively to Gazic with 5 seconds left. Takes the shot. Maroy is going to cover that up. 2.3 seconds left on the clock. And the Voodoos still look for the equalizer. It's 2-1.
It was a breakaway opportunity for the Espanola Paper Kings, and Kenan Flageau says, no, sorry, not on my home ice, not with under 1 minute to go. And he's now off the ice.
Yeah, the Voodoos are going to go for the extra attacker here with 2.3 seconds remaining on the clock. As you see Espanola just load up in front of their net, almost as Lemke has a few words for them. It's almost like watching a soccer game where it's a penalty shot and they all load up in front of the net. It's kind of what's going on here.
They're bumping into each other.
Adam Morrell coming in to have words with them a second time.
Telling them, boys, keep the stick on the ice. Let's have our last 2.3 seconds here.
Getting set is Patrick. Patrick can't win the draws. It's into the corner. Leotino getting into it with Denuden and another Espanola player. So more rough stuff here after the whistle. And after 40 minutes of play, Espanola leads 2-1 here at the Powassan Sportsplex, although Powassan has the edge in shots 25-20 and really, I think, controlled most of the pace of play in that second period.
Yeah, and it looks like Little having a quick chit-chat with the referee before they head off the ice, standing up for his team as to the back and forth right before the end of the period there. And, of course, both teams now have a few minutes to go, settle down, have a drink, pop their helmet off, and get ready for the final frame of this contest.
Well, we'll have to see if the Voodoos have it in them to fully come back in this one here in this third period, although it was a bit of an interesting game. And That's kind of funny. Chris ran up to the front lobby to get some snacks is where he was running. I don't know what he was in such a rush from. Maybe he had to beat the foot traffic or whatever during the intermission, as he was my helpful play-by-play man in the first game today for the Trappers game. And as we saw in that one, it was a 1-1 game after 40 minutes of play, and then the Trappers ended up winning that one 6-2. So a wild third period could be in store on the front line, and for all that fun and more, we'll be back on the other side of this intermission, so keep your eye on the front line.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcast.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex. After 40 minutes of play, the Powassan Voodoos find themselves down 2-1 against the Espanola Paper Kings. And I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined with Mr. Josh Dale, the assistant coach of the Voodoos. We had Josh Hardiman on during the North Bay Trappers game. Now we have the real Josh. Don't tell him I said that. Josh, what's going on here? How are you breaking down this game so far? Because it looks like you guys, other than the first 5 minutes of the first, have really owned the play.
Yeah, rough start, but once we started getting the pucks down deep and starting putting pressure on them, we're starting to dominate. So it's going good now. We just need to seize on our opportunities. That's all.
When that kind of happens, when you run into a goalie who's making like these saves that he's making, and I know you're a bit of more of the defensive guy kind of thing on the team, but like, what do you say to the guys to keep going with what they're doing?
Just bear down, be patient, get the puck on your stick, and let your instincts take over. Sometimes we're releasing the puck a little bit too quick. You saw there Kelly threw one at the net pretty quick. If he had just been a little bit more patient, I think he would have buried that one, and we tie this game up.
Now, I got to ask, how many years have you been working with the Voodoos? Because it's been a few now. You're pretty much synonymous with the team at this point.
Yeah, it's my 6th season with them, including the COVID season. Obviously, we didn't have a season that year, so this is my 5th season with them. 6 years now.
6 years, and on all that time, how can you sum up 6 years with the Voodoos so far?
You know what? It's been a huge learning experience every single year. I've had the opportunity and the pleasure of working with the different coaches over the season, from Max Gavin, Mark Lafleur, and Peter Goulet. So it's been great, and Josh is a huge influence as well. Like, these guys know what they're doing, and I'm just trying to learn and feed off them and see their style. So it's been great.
How hard is it for you to kind of mesh with these guys, though? It seems like hopefully Peter and Josh stick around a little bit longer. Mark, of course, went off to greener pastures. Max as well with the COVID situation. But, I mean, having to learn these new coaches and their systems each year almost, it feels like for you. How have you been able to mesh with that? Pretty good, actually. You know, when it comes down to it, we're all hockey guys. We're all here for the same reason. We want to put 2 points up every game and come out with a championship. And
I just go off their style. Every coach has a different style, so I go off their style and see what they're like, and hopefully I can help them out.
Now, I asked Josh this earlier, the not real Josh, the Josh Hardiman Josh, during the Trappers game. It looks like you guys are locked into playing Hearst in the first round at this point. What are you expecting of that series? Because each time Hearst comes down, it feels like a battle out there.
It is going to be a battle. Every time we play Hearst, it's a battle. They've got a huge fan base there that brings an energy to their arena that is unlike any other arena that we've ever played in. It's great for us. It's great for them. It's going to be a battle. Last time we played Hearst, we came up short by 1. We had 6 guys out of the lineup. We still do. Once we're healthy, I think we can take any team in this league, so it won't matter how the energy is in their crowd. Our crowd is just as great.
All right, Josh, before I let you go and get back to the boys here during the intermission, I know you also do some hockey skills and stuff on the side. Do you want to plug anything coming up for yourself in that regard?
Yeah, I got my Canadian hockey skills that I've been running for 17 years now, so it's been going great. Actually, this year, Peter, I've been speaking with Peter on the side. We're going to join forces in August. Our main camp's going to be in August, last week. And then we're going to run stuff throughout the whole season next year. So Peter's going to jump on the ice with Josh Hardiman. So we're going to be, it's going to be very professional. I'm looking forward to it.
Looking forward to seeing that. Looking forward to seeing how you guys finish out the season as well. That's Josh Dale, Courtney Kenny. We'll be back on the other side of the front line on the other side of this.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay, to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we welcome you back to the friendly confines of the Powassan Sportsplex here on this Saturday evening as the Powassan Voodoos look to tie things back up against the Espanola Paper Kings. They currently have a 2-1 deficit. And we also have to thank assistant coach Josh Dale for joining us here during the intermission, livening things up a little bit and talking some hockey with us. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Andrew White. And Andrew, what are we expecting out of this third period?
Well, first of all, we also have to thank the good people of the concession stand here at the Powassan Sportsplex. I just had an oatmeal raisin cookie that changed my life. So that with the hot dog, I tell you, I'm a happy boy going into the third period. But what we can expect is we can expect the Powassan Voodoo team that's going to come flying out of the gates here to see if they can even this thing up and skate away with a win.
McMillan floats that one in, and Maroy's going to glove that one down. When Andrew woke up tomorrow, he didn't realize that his life was going to change in two different ways. One, with that oatmeal raisin cookie, and two, with the polar bear up in Cochrane. Things that he didn't expect were going to have such an impact on his life. And it's just funny how that happens.
There are certain things you just can't unsee.
Or untaste, apparently.
Yes.
Voodoos in their home whites are going, as another chance by McLean is gloved down by Maroy. They're going right to left in this final frame. And the Paper Kings in the road, black and highlighter green. I feel like I have to specify highlighter green every single time I see these jerseys are going left to right.
I think you just like saying it, which is...
highlighter green. That's great.
Highlighter green.
That's like going to be like the new, like, you know, we got like Thrift Shop and other like weird rap songs. We're going to get one that's like highlighter green. I really like mine. As another chance from the blue line from Leotino comes in. You know, when I go into work at the office every day, I got to get my highlighter green.
There you go.
That's the worst rap music you'll ever hear, and you heard it here on the front line.
And just think of it, I had to wear headphones to hear that.
Not only do you hear terrible jokes like, no, this is Patrick, but you get to hear my awful rap music. Gone are the days of when we made Eagles jokes.
Oh, take it easy.
Oh, love it. That's now going the other way. Quick shot on Flageau. He blocks that one aside. Again, Voodoo's down 2-1 so far as they start this third period. Horgan goes cross ice, and it's going to be off the side of the boards and down to the end for an icing call here.
Jake Maroy is in the net for the Espanola Paper Kings coming into tonight's game. 33 games in his mitt with 15 regulation wins, 14 losses. And Cannon Flageau is standing up between the pipes for the Voodoos with 31 games in his glove. He's got 20 wins, 7 losses for the Littleton, Colorado native.
Down the ice, pops back out in front of Flageau. It's knocked aside, and that's going to be a hand pass if any Voodoo player touches it. And they do, but it's not called. So play continues. Wilkie tries to chip the puck up, but instead Espanola comes away with it. Skating out front. They can't get the shot away. Voodoos currently hold a 27-21 shot advantage. Then Uden trying to get it out front. Can't get it to Sturge. Gets it back to Horgan. Horgan. His shot was tipped by Patrick wide of the net. Peters Davey chasing after it. Can't get a hold on that one. Back out front, Patrick gloves that one down. And the Voodoos finally get the puck out. But not for too much longer as Espanola is going to regain control in their own zone. Down the ice. O'Brien has to chase after his stick. The lone goal scorer so far for Powassan. And now Ricci has it behind his net. Ricci up ice quickly to Kelly. Kelly over for Fullerton. Fullerton off the sideboards, but it's right back down to the Voodoo zone. Fullerton picks it up, goes around his end wall. Service goes after it, can't get a handle on it. And now it's Fullerton. Fullerton up to Service on the near side wall. Gets it over for Gazic. Gazic through the neutral zone, gains the red line and dumps the puck down. Service skates the puck around the end zone and knocks it back into the corner. Pethick now battling with Leotino. Leotino can't get a hold on that one, and now Romulo is going to go the other way and flips the puck in after he gains the red line. Flageau kicks that one aside, And up to service. The former Espanola Express flips the puck back into Espanola's zone. Little chases after it. On the near side half wall, flips it back in deep. But Sagan's going to flip the puck out. Sent back in. Maroy's going to glove that one down and flip it off to his teammate Sagan. Sagan with the most recent Espanola goal sends the puck down the ice. Leotino thought it was going to go for icing, but it was waved off. And now Shields has the puck instead. Gains the red line. Flips it back in. Turned aside by Maroy. Flipped out by Espanola. Stop me if you've heard that one before. Right back down for Sturge in his own zone. Sturge carries the puck down, flips it in, chases after it with Sagan right on his tail. Sturge battling for it. Lemke there for support. And Espanola comes away with it briefly. Sent back in, but the Paper Kings have possession. Not kept in, though, by O'Brien, who just flips the puck right back in. And missing that was Smetham. It's back to the neutral zone for Sturge. Sturge flips the puck up ice for O'Brien. O'Brien whacks at it and knocks it into the Paper Kings zone. O'Brien tries to throw that one on net, and that one was tipped on by Patrick. Whether or not it actually hit the net remains to be seen. Either way, I can tell you it didn't find the back of the net, as the Voodoos still look for the equalizer. Fullerton in his own zone. Looks up ice. Finds it, gets to Smetham. Smetham skates it in, takes a shot, and that one in the butterfly is knocked down by Maroy.
Connor O'Brien still has the only goal for the Powassan Voodoos tonight, aided by Smetham and Leotino. It was a power play marker at 12:57 in the first period. The Powassan Voodoos have to add a little fuel to the fire here if they want to see another goal. Seeing if they can get some advantage here at on home ice at the Powassan Sportsplex.
15:31 here is the time remaining in the third. Back to McLean. McLean flips that one in deep. Knocked into the end wall there. And now Service comes in and tries to get to it. Service had his stick slashed out of his hand. No call coming on that one. Back to McLean at the point. McLean with a quick shot kicked aside by Maroy. And then Patrick, or rather Kelly, sends that one back around. Service back to the point. Sent in by Leotino. Leotino's shot is stopped by Maroy. Back to Leotino at the point. Leotino flips that one back in, and it's going to hit the netting and go out of play.
We've got a little dancing up against the boards there, a little cha-cha-cha between the Espanola Paper Kings and the Powassan Voodoos. Nothing really comes of it, of course, as the puck goes straight up over the glass and straight back down into the ice. A stoppage of play here, obviously, as the face-off will happen on the far left side of broadcast in the Espanola end.
Coming in for the face-off with Shields. Gets it to Little. Little skates into the net. Can't quite get a good shot away. And now it's back out front and into the corner. Shields behind the net. Shields comes out, takes a shot, turned aside by Maroy. Now the Voodoos with some extended zone time here. Shields below the goal line, gets it to Lemke, back to Little. Little can't quite hold on as it's whacked out and down for Sturge. Flageau plays it over to his defender, Sturge. And now Sturge is going to let his boys set up a little bit and go for a quick change as well. Back up ice for Patrick. Patrick up to Smetham, back to Patrick. Patrick couldn't get a shot away. Smetham with a chance and they tie it! Reese Smetham found the puck at the side of the net and is able to bury it. It's a 2-2 hockey game.
It's his 25th of the season, and this is exactly what the Powassan Voodoos were going for here. We've got 14:05 left on the clock, and the Powassan Voodoos are back in this game.
The puck sat there. Not even Maroy saw it. Nobody saw it but Smetham. And he was just able to whack that one in behind the net. And now with 14:05 left in the third period, it's a brand new hockey game. Ricci up the ice for Service. Service looking around. Gets it over to Ricci. Ricci flips that puck in. And now the Voodoos have a little bit of momentum on their side, but Espanola flips it out of the zone. Gazic chasing after it. Quickly down into Espanola's zone, who just turned around and sent it the other way. And that's going to go for icing as it was underneath Lush's stick. So the Voodoos will get an offensive draw here.
And Smetham is all alone on that goal. His 25th of the season. No assists. 5:55 was the time in the third period for the Powassan Voodoo.
Smetham with his second point of the game as well. Back to McLean. McLean takes the shot, and it's blocked in front of the net. So Reese Smetham with his 25th. Goes cross ice. Looks like Ryan Patrick and Jaden Sturge will be picking up the assist, so the website will have to catch up with that. Quickly out front, another chance, kicked on net, Lemke. And Maroy somehow kept that one out of the net as the Voodoos are buzzing now. Little out front to Lemke, good kick saved there by Maroy. McLean cross ice, Lemke picks that one up, and it's just kept in by Leotino, but not for long as it's punched down the ice. Hand pass there as everyone in the audience made the call to make sure that the referee knew what the call was going to come.
And if anyone who's been watching hockey loud enough and long enough knows that, especially if you're a Toronto Maple Leaf fan, if you yell at the TV loud enough, the referee's going to hear you, and they have to make the call. That's how it works in hockey. I mean, ask any Toronto fan.
It's true. It's true. Can confirm. And you know what? 10 out of 10 would do it again.
That's right. And we're not sorry either.
No. Sturge flips the puck down. Horgan's going to stop that one. And then he just flips the puck back out. Sturge keeps that one in. And Lines picks it up, the loose puck. Espanola flips the puck up the ice. Danuden missed the pass. And now it's into the Voodoo zone. Sturge flips it back around into the corner. And now the Voodoos tried to clear their zone. That was Wilkie. Patrick picks it up. And Sturge is going to skate that one up to the red line and flip it in cross ice. Back to O'Brien. O'Brien with a quick shot turned away by Maroy. And then Smetham, or Sturge rather, was knocked to the ice. No call coming on that one before he gets up and throws a bit of a whack back at the player that knocked him down. Gazic skating in after the puck, takes a hit there by Horgan. Service going after the loose puck, can't quite get to it, but it is kept in Espanola's zone momentarily. Espanola through the neutral zone. Gets the puck, and now Gazic was trying to get it down the ice, couldn't get it to go very far. Then a big hit there at the Voodoos bench. Knocks a Paper King player down. Kelly couldn't get the puck too far out of his zone. Ricci up to Service. 11:30 remaining in this third period. And we're all tied up at 2. Kelly flips the puck back down the ice for Gazic. Gazic knocked hard into the boards there for Guthrie. And now Espanola with possession. Guthrie goes cross ice. And the Paper Kings look to slow things down by flipping the puck down and on Flageau. And unlike Shades of Vesitoscla, if we're going to talk about pain for Leafs fans, Flageau gloves that one down.
Reese Smitham is the owner of the equalizer for the Powassan Voodoos, assisted by Patrick and Reese, and Sturge, rather, 25th of the season, so not too bad for this Ashland, Ontario boy.
Face-off coming into the glove side of Flageau, or far side from the broadcast. Smetham to Wilkie. Wilkie up ice quickly, and that one's going to be chipped into the Voodoos bench. And hey, watch out for that man back there. That's Josh Dale, don't you know? We had him on the intermission.
Yes, he did a fine job, this young man, and it turns out you can't play the puck once it's on the other side of the bench. Many people have tried over the years, but that's generally when the play's blown dead, and we have a face-off in the left far side of broadcast. Right far side of broadcast, that is, in the Powassan Voodoo zone.
Back for Horgan. Horgan takes the shot from the point, knocked aside by Flageau. Espanola trying to get some momentum now going their way. Smetham tried to get something going, couldn't. Patrick in his own zone, cross ice to Wilkie. Wilkie back to Patrick. Patrick plays pitch and catch with Wilkie. 10:26 remaining. Gets the puck up ice quickly for Smetham. Smetham taking in hard to the boards, loses the handle on it. And now Espanola has possession in the neutral zone. Lines. Takes the shot. Flageau may have got a piece of that one, and it hits the end wall. And now O'Brien with it. In deep for Patrick. Or Ricci, rather. Ricci going for a bit of a skate. Ricci going a little bit further than many anticipated. Takes the shot. Turned aside by Maroy, and Little comes and picks it up and sends it right back down. Delayed offside. No Voodoo player could go after it, as Lemke does chase after it finally. Trying to get the loose puck. He does in the neutral zone. Flips across ice for Little. And Little couldn't quite get to that one. And now it's Shields on the far side half wall. Shields in deep with the puck behind the net. Loses the handle on it, but Lemke's there to pick it up. Lemke picks up, or Shields picks up the puck. Goes out front for Lemke. Lemke couldn't get a shot away. And now it's McLean. McLean skates around behind the net. Walks out front, tried to get a pass away to Shields. Then the puck is flipped down for Liatino to pick up. Liatino into the zone. Skates into the net. Get a quick shot by Little off the rebound. And Maroy made two good saves there. Back to Little, another chance there. He picked the top corner, and that one's going to be covered up by Maroy. And we've now reached the midway point here in this third period. All tied up at 2 on the front line, and we'll be back on the other side of this.
This period is brought to you by Canada Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news or access the alumni job portal. Visit canadacollege.ca/perks for more information.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
2-2 hockey game between the Espanola Paper Kings and Powassan Voodoos, but the Voodoos getting the equalizer here earlier in this period. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Andrew White, of course our wonderful cameraman for Hockey TV, Mike Brown, and Ben Long, our wonderful producer who is playing everything audio-wise that you get to hear in your lovely ears at home.
We always appreciate it. Alex Little took the last shot there before the mid-break in the period here, the TV timeout, as they call it in the big leagues. Alex gets 20 candles on his birthday cake tomorrow, and we certainly wish him a happy birthday and all the best. Coming into tonight's game, out of the last 10 contests for both of these teams, the Paper Kings picked up 5 wins and 5 losses. The Powassan Voodoos 6 wins and 4 losses. So those numbers are going to change tonight for somebody.
Espanola with possession in their own zone. They've been on their heels a little bit since the Voodoos scored that equalizing goal. Lush takes a shot, and that one just floats in around the net. Kicked out front of the net, can't get a shot away as there's a stick broken in the Voodoos zone. Service now through the neutral zone. Out front, couldn't get a stick on that one as it's into the corner. And now going the other way is LaCroix. LaCroix in alone, takes the shot. Flageau stops that one up. And a big save there by the goaltender from Colorado.
And we've had a couple of Powassan Voodoos skate in just to make sure their netminders got plenty of room to move around, as we had 2 Espanola Paper Kings just about across the goal line and into the net, certainly standing in the blue. And the Voodoos saying, you got to take a couple of steps back there, boys. That's our netminder, and we'd like him to stay where he is.
Yeah, and you don't want to injure your goaltender now, although they do have a good goaltender, Mike McIver, who had a great game in the U18 Trappers waiting in the wings. But you don't want to see your goaltender injured this close to playoff time. Although Duracolo, it's kind of a 1A, 1B here now as Smetham in, takes a shot. He just sent that one over the net. O'Brien flips that one around for Smetham. Smetham behind the net. Out front. And Maroy is going to get on that one and hold that one down and make a quick stop.
The next 4 for these teams are basically the tail of the roads and the homes. The next 4 for the Powassan Voodoos are all on the road. They take on the Paper Kings tomorrow, so they travel to Espanola. Then they're on the road against the Thunderbirds, the Eagles, and the Beavers, where the next 4 games for the Espanola Paper Kings are up at home.
Puck sent down the ice. And it's the Paper Kings with possession. Leotino tries to knock his man down. Shields' stick knocked out of his hands. Another shot just missed the net. Sagan keeps that one alive. And now it's just tried to get knocked out of the zone by Lemke, but he couldn't. Shields taken to the ice, bear hugged there by Lines. No call coming. And now it's up to Lemke, who just shovels the puck out of his zone, but not terribly far. Lemke in the neutral zone. Flips the puck down. And now it's Sagan with it. Sagan through the neutral zone. Into the offensive zone, takes a pass across looking for Guthrie. Never found his intended target. Now Lush with it. Lush loses it to McLean. And now Espanola has the possession deep in the Voodoo zone as the scrum ensues. Trying to get the puck up and out, and Lemke does. As the puck's going to roll down the ice onto Maroy. And he's just going to cover that one up for a stoppage here with 6:56 remaining in the third period.
Reese Smetham has the only goal for the Powassan Voodoos. It's the equalizer here in the third period. We've got 6:56 left to go, so just south of 7 minutes. But it's been a shooting gallery for the Powassan Voodoos here in the third period. The shot clock here, 41-26 in favor of the hometown Powassan Voodoos.
Puck tried to get flipped out of the zone by Espanola. Now Service has it. Service takes the shot, and that one sails well over the net. And thankfully there's some netting all around this place, or else that would have gone way out of play.
Well, it's not too bad when it safely arrives on the other side of the glass and someone gets to. There's nothing like heading to the good old hockey game and coming home with a puck. But of course, like you said, Courtney, we got all this netting up around the rink here just to make sure people are A-okay and safe heading home.
Got my fair share of souvenir pucks from battalion games, that's for sure. And fair share now from the Voodoos, but they aren't actually game used. I just took them out of the bin. Shh, I didn't say that out loud.
Are you guys using these?
Oh, you don't need them, do you? Got a nice little logo on them. It's down into the Voodoo zone. Denuden comes away with it.
Get me one, would you?
I will next time I get the chance. There's a cooler right over there in the Voodoo's penalty box where most of them are kept during the game. Anyone who wants to go steal some. We'll call it Voodoo's 11.
Voodoo's 11. We could also call it our last broadcast.
Yeah, we could. We could, as we're going to get an offside call here. So a face-off will be right in front of the Paper Kings bench. 6:04 left. And yeah, whenever we feel like we're done with this whole hockey thing, that'll be our last one right there. We'll just yoink, thank you.
One for every member of broadcast. The last time these two teams met, it was February 11th, and the Powassan Voodoos skated away with a 6-4 win over the Paper Kings. The last game for these two teams of the regular season is going to be here at the Powassan Sportsplex. The Voodoos taking on the Paper Kings March 18th. The puck drop time here for the front line is 7:30 p.m.
Should be a good one for sure. As the Voodoos try to win the possession back in the Paper Kings zone. Shields with it. And now hit hard into the boards with Shields. And he still has the puck. Sent back in. Sagan with it. Big hit there behind the net. Little comes away with the puck. Little back to the point for Ricci. Ricci sent that one back in. And that one's well out of play. So we'll get another stoppage here.
5:34 left in this third period, so it all remains to be seen as to what's going to happen here, whether we're going to go to overtime or whether we're going to have a decision here. But either way, these squads, if they want to do it in regulation time, have 5 minutes and 34 seconds. The Powassan Voodoos outshooting the Paper Kings 41-26.
Going the other way, the Paper Kings take the shot. Flageau blocks that one aside. And now Denuden gets to the puck, battling with Service. Leotino with the puck. Looks to go up ice before he decides to just skate it up ice. And carries the puck down through the neutral zone. Gains the red line, throws the puck in. Maroy knocks that one aside with his stick. Back to service to McLean. McLean takes the shot, and that one's just tipped over the net. Kelly tried to get to that one, but it's flipped down the ice and won't have the legs for icing, and Liatino will have to pick it up. Liatino behind his net. Gives it off to Gazic. Gazic through the neutral zone. Overskated the puck. And now Espanola try to go the other way. Picked off again by Patrick. Patrick takes a shot from the blue line. And it's back in deep for Smetham. 4:30, just under, left in this third period. Smetham, the most recent goal scorer in this one, tied the game for the Voodoos earlier this period. Tries to skate the puck out. Patrick comes in for support. Smetham fanned on his shot. And now Sturge gets it and sends it right back into the Paper Kings zone for Maroy to pick up. Maroy leaves it there for his captain, Romulo. And now Romulo slows things down by holding it behind his net. Romulo skates the puck around. Back to Wilkie. Wilkie was looking for Little, who would have been in home free, but it just missed Little. And now goes down the other way with a delayed offside with Shields sitting down in the Espanola zone. He finally gets back onside so the Voodoos can put some pressure on Romulo. Romulo looks up ice. Espanola flips it down to the Voodoos zone. Lemke tried to get it out. He does, the linesman says. So the Voodoos have some time to Lemke. Lemke through the neutral zone, loses the puck. Espanola going the other way, that's LaCroix to Lush. Lush sends the puck in. Lejeau knocks that one aside. 3 minutes left in this third period, 2-2 tie currently. And Fullerton goes down the ice. Fullerton takes the shot, and that one's going to be stopped there by Maroy for another stoppage here.
The Espanola Paper Kings are just a few points of the Sioux Eagles, as both teams have not, as of yet, clinched a playoff position. The Espanola Paper Kings, depending on tonight's game, of course, currently have, out of 51 games, 26 wins, 21 losses for 56 points.
Gazic in the neutral zone, can't hold on to it. Now Espanola gains the zone. Quick shot there, turned aside by Flageau. The Voodoos tried to shovel it out from in front of the net, and is sent back in just wide of the net. Fullerton with possession, skates the puck down the ice, gives it to Service. Service flips the puck on net and hit a body in front. And now Gazic came around, tried to do the wraparound, picked his corner, and missed the net. In his own zone now, Espanola sends the puck in, and that will have to be played by Mike Brito in the penalty box, as you'll flip that back over to Charlie Giesler.
We almost had one more hockey puck for the cooler, didn't we?
Yep. Would have had to grab that one for sure after the game. You don't see teams do it anymore. I haven't seen it in a few years, but in 2019-2020, the Voodoos had their Pink in the Rink night, and they had a special Pink in the Rink night puck. But I knew the trainer at the time, J.J. Johnson. I said, J.J., you're giving me one of those pucks. So I was able to take one of those pucks. So legally.
I'm informing you I'm taking one of these home tonight for the missus.
It's not for me, I swear.
Yeah. That's what they all say.
Scrum in the far side corner with Smetham. And now Patrick comes away with it, tries to get the puck out front. And now Espanola had a chance if they were quick enough. Guthrie sends it in on Flageau. Off his stick and into his glove, rather smooth-like. And we'll get another stoppage here with 1:49 remaining in the third period.
I had a full dinner and then ate a $4 hot dog. It's okay to be honest about these things, Courtney. You just say.
You had a full dinner, a hot dog, and an oatmeal chocolate chip cookie.
That's right, the one that changed my life.
Apparently it did such a good job you forgot about it already.
I totally forgot about it there for a minute. So
as it's digesting in your stomach, it's like, what about me, man?
Well, the last time I brought a coffee, our producer, Ben Long, decided to give me some grief for not bringing one for him. So I made a deal with him that if the Powassan Voodoos scored first in the previous game, that he'd buy coffees for everybody. They did, and I'm still waiting.
He brought pizza.
He did. I ate a piece of that too.
It was pretty cold by the time he got here.
I've been eating everything.
Shot comes in, and it's well over the net and hits the garage door of the Zamboni. So again, another stoppage here in the minute 32. But yeah, you got to hold Ben to things, or else he'll just try and weasel his way out of it. Even though he brought pizza,
He did.
we're going to have to give him a hard time anyways.
A minute 32 left in regulation time for this game, and I'll tell you, anything can happen in a minute 32 in regards to sports. But we'll see which team gains the advantage here.
Sturge with possession, gets it up to Smetham. Smetham gets it out of his zone. And now Lush is going to go back after it with Wilkie. Wilkie gets to it first, flips it off the glass. And now O'Brien gets to it. But he can't hold on to it. And Espanola sends it right back down the ice with Fullerton gaining the red line and sends it back in. Smetham battling for it, gets it to O'Brien. O'Brien back to Ricci. Ricci flips the puck in behind the net as we're into the final minute now. Smetham behind the net. Tried to shovel it out front, and now Ricci couldn't keep it in as he was waiting for the rebound off the boards, and Fullerton's going to get to the puck in his own zone first. Fullerton stopping up behind his net. 40 seconds remain to Smetham. No icing. It's waved off. Then they change their mind, and it is an icing call. Initially, it was waved off, so Espanola will have an offensive zone draw right now with 37.7 seconds left.
There's no indicator as to which team is going to take the advantage. The hometown Powassan Voodoos have turned this into a shooting gallery in the third period, outshooting the Espanola Paper Kings 43-30. But of course, as you know, the only shots that matter are the only ones that cross the goal line. And in that regard, it's a 2-2 hockey game, all knotted up with 37.7 seconds to go.
Adam Morrell telling Espanola and Espanola player Horgan to get off the ice for Romalo. I guess they missed their window to change. And now it's up ice quickly for Fullerton. Sharp angled shots turned away by Maroy. O'Brien, 25 seconds remain. Fullerton tried to flip that one back in twice, and now it's up to Lemke. Lemke into the Espanola zone. Trying to make something happen, sends the puck out front. Can't get a shot away, and then Little does, but it's blocked in front. 10 seconds remain. Flip down the ice, and we're going to get overtime here unless a quick shot stops that one. McLean takes a quick shot, and that one's going to be stopped right at the buzzer by Maroy. So both teams are going to go home with a point in this one at the very least, as overtime is on the docket. And in the last game, when it was tied 2-2 in the third period, Chris Dawson said to me, hey, we're going to get an overtime game here today. Turns out he was wrong about that one, but he was right that we are getting overtime today.
The last time these two teams met, it wound up 6-4 in favor of Powassan. 5-4 was the meeting February 3rd before that. 2-1 was the meeting before that, December 16th. And the last time the Espanola Paper Kings got the best of the Powassan Voodoos was all the way back in November, doubling Powassan 2-1 in that contest. So it's been a little while for the Paper Kings as we move to OT here. The Paper Kings are going to look to change the history books. The Powassan Voodoos are going to look to keep the party going.
Well, 45-30 are the shots in favor of the Voodoos after a full 60. Now we're going to get a 5-minute period of 3-on-3 hockey, and if that solves nothing, well, everyone's favorite, the shootout, is after that.
Yeah, it's you love it or hate it, the shootout. I'm not a big favor of the shootout myself. I always want to see the boys play, but then, of course, then you've got you always risk having the 7-hour hockey game, having the boys play it out. But 3-on-3 is certainly an exciting thing to watch, and Service is going to take the Powassan face-off here as we enter OT.
Always a big fan of this 3-on-3 hockey. Would rather see it end in 3-on-3 than in overtime. And more often than not, now that it is 3-on-3, you do see it end. Service, one of the faster Voodoos players, gains the offensive zone, can't get his pass to go, and now we're going to get a penalty here quickly, as it's going to be a holding call against Espanola here in overtime. So the Voodoos will have a 4-on-3 advantage for 2 minutes or less.
Oh my good gracious! Here we go. This is a lucky. This could be a very, very much a lucky break for the Powassan Voodoos. They've already scored in the power play once this evening. Can they do it again? As they're going to have the man advantage for 2 minutes up against the Paper Kings.
The Voodoos are going to burn their timeout here, and why not? It is overtime after all. So they're going to take the timeout right now to make sure that they have everything set up right on their power play.
Liam Service for the Powassan Voodoos, out of 51 games played before tonight, has 6 goals, 25 assists for 31 points. And like he said, he's one of the quicker boys out there on the ice. Moving over to moving away from the Powassan Voodoos at the end of the season.
Yeah, he just committed to the Royal Military College in Kingston, so he'll be playing OUA hockey next year for RMC. And he was very excited to do so as well, and I would be as well. Kingston is a gorgeous area. Why wouldn't you want to go to school there if given the opportunity?
Absolutely. So we've got a 4-on-3 here for 2 minutes. And we'll see if the Powassan Voodoos can capitalize. And there's plenty of noise here from the crowd as well.
As now Espanola has the chance here shorthanded. But the puck's flipped up for Shields. Shields up to Lemke. Lemke back to Shields. Shields back to the point for Little. Back to Shields. Shields goes cross ice to find Little. But Little had to play the puck off the boards, and now it's out of the zone, and the Voodoos will have to tag up. Back to Shields. Shields gains the zone. Turns around. Back to Wilkie at the point. Wilkie to Shields on the near side half wall. Back to Wilkie. Wilkie cross ice to Little. Little to Wilkie. Wilkie looks for a chance. Takes the shot. Maroy gets the hold of that one and stops that. And it goes down the length of the ice. And the Voodoos are going to go for a quick change with Flageau holding on to the puck. Flageau back to Liatino. Liatino to Smetham. Smetham, who tied the game up at 2, gives it to Liatino. Liatino out front to Smetham, and that one was just tipped wide of the net. In for Flageau, less than a minute remaining on the man advantage for O'Brien. O'Brien picks it up in his own zone. Up to Liatino. Liatino to the blue line. Looks to go cross ice, and he does. Back to O'Brien. Takes the shot, rebounds there, but couldn't get a chance to go as the Voodoos were collapsing in on the net, trying to get a secondary chance. O'Brien picks up the puck in the neutral zone, skates it in. Back to Kelly, to Liatino. Liatino. Cross ice for O'Brien. Couldn't get the shot away. O'Brien over to Patrick. Patrick takes the shot. Blocked. Patrick with another chance. Over to O'Brien. O'Brien takes the shot. He missed the net. Wide open net there. He had Maroy diving for it. Still on the man advantage with 2:45 left here in overtime. Liatino falls down. Lush gets it. Now we're back to 4-on-4, or full strength, if you will, until the next whistle. Sagan tried to dipsy doodle, couldn't. And now it's Peters Davy with the puck. Peters Davy for Lush. Lush knocked off the puck by Shields. Shields flips it up for Wilkie. And now Sagan with possession. And that's going to hit the roof. So with 2:13 left, with that whistle, one player on each side is going to come off, and we're going to go back to 3-on-3.
It was the golden opportunity for the Powassan Voodoos just down left side of broadcaster. A wide open net like you were talking about, Courtney. The Powassan Voodoos unable to capitalize on the opportunity. Sent the Espanola Paper Kings goalie through the air trying to stop the puck. But alas, it missed the net entirely.
Service back out there after drawing the penalty earlier to McLean. McLean skates the puck around at the blue line. Skates it in. Throws the puck on net. And Maroy is just going to grab that one with a blocker. And then McLean's going to have some words for Lush. Whacking away at each other for a few seconds there. 49 shots have now gone on net for the Voodoos.
Lush, of course, having the minor holding penalty 14 seconds into OT.
Lush has 39 points in 49 games as well for the Paper Kings, so he is a good offensive contributor for this team. They, of course, are missing their top scorer, Lucas Signoretti, and the Voodoos send the puck right back down to their own zone for Liatino with 1:45 remaining here in the extra frame. Liatino stops up, turns around, looks to skate the puck up the ice, and he does before he turns back around. Guthrie not giving him much chance to breathe. Liatino behind his net, stops up, looks for his teammates. Up to Smetham. Smetham back to Liatino. Guthrie doing a good job of keeping the Voodoos in their own zone. Smetham will finally get it out of his zone and down the ice before he stops up. Smetham. Liatino going to go off for a quick change. It's back to Smetham. Smetham's going to leave it for Little, and the rest of the line's going to go for a change. A minute left here in overtime. 2-2 tie here between the Voodoos and the Paper Kings. Lemke down the ice. Gains the zone. Gives it up to Shields. Shields twisting and turning in the Espanola zone. Nearly falls down in the near side wall. Gives it to Lemke. Lemke flips it back for Shields, and now a chance here for Espanola. Going down the other way is Gordon. Gordon takes the shot. Saved by Flageau, who's just going to cover that one up. Cannon Flageau with the game saver there.
There's your highlight reel save of the evening. The Powassan Voodoo netminder standing tall, jumping back, bodying this puck, landing on his backside in the process. The Powassan Voodoo netminder keeping his team in this game. Of course, the Espanola Paper Kings had a breakaway from center ice, kind of a preview of what would happen if we don't get this thing settled in 30 seconds.
Gorton also one of the goal scorers too for Espanola, so he's found a way past Flageau already tonight. Now puck sent up for O'Brien. O'Brien gains the red line, skates it in, kicks the puck to his stick blade, battling with Horgan in the corner. Less than 10 seconds in overtime. Left in deep for Patrick. Last chance gasp here in overtime, as that's going to do it for OT. So it's going to be 2-2 as now we go to a shootout. And, well, the skills competition is going to decide this one.
And we've got 51 seconds here for both coaches to decide who is going to take the first, second, third, and fourth shot. And off we go. But like you said, it's the NHL skills competition. Well, not necessarily the NHL, but the skills competition is going to be the decider in this one.
Voodoos did have a power play to start off that extra frame and couldn't make anything happen, although O'Brien did have a wide open net. He's going to see that one in his nightmare, I guarantee it, later tonight.
Well, like the saying goes, that's darts for you. I mean, sometimes you hit it and sometimes you don't.
Gorton as well with a great chance. Cannon Flageau standing to the task, saving that one, really saving the game, really. And now we're going to have a shootout to determine this one here, as the coaches are going to determine who's shooting and what the order is. And it looks like the Voodoos are going to go first, and they're going to send their captain, Alex Little, over the bench first.
Alex Little is the top scorer for the Voodoos. He's got, out of 48 games tonight, before tonight rather, 20 goals, 35 assists, 55 points.
Well, Little getting the first chance here, and a round of applause from the fans as Little takes off, coming in on Maroy. Little with a move, it's stopped by Maroy. And we'll have to see if Espanola is able to get one past Flageau.
And those from Espanola here tonight making plenty of noise for their goaltender.
Maroy certainly played himself a heck of a game, making 47 shots. So Spencer Horgan, the next shooter here for Espanola, as he comes in, grabs the puck, comes in on Flageau. Horgan makes a move, tries to get around Flageau, but he sticks out the pad and makes a big save there to keep this one tied after the first round of the shootout.
Cannon Flageau coming into this with 20 regulation wins, 7 losses. That's an impressive record for this young man.
Connor O'Brien now for the Voodoos. One of the goal scorers here tonight. Moves in, takes the shot, he scores! Connor O'Brien gives the Voodoos the lead in the shootout.
It's his 17th of the season, and it's the Powassan Voodoos lead here in the shootout.
Cannon Flageau looking to make another big save here as the Voodoos are up 1-0 in the shootout.
Shooting for Espanola, number 25, Brandon Guthrie.
So that's going to be Guthrie now coming in for a chance to tie things up. Guthrie moves in slow. Tries to fake out Flageau, and he fakes out himself, missing the net. Now the Voodoos can put it away here with Thomas Gazic.
Flageau spreading out, going basically post to post, but there was no need as the puck never got off. Really, he never got off the shot. What would have been his 9th goal of the season ended up going right past the net.
Gazic in, makes the move, can't get past Maroy. So Espanola will have another chance here. Can Flageau remain perfect in the shootout?
Thomas Gazic, our player to watch for the Powassan Voodoos, coming into this 6 goals, 11 assists.
Shooting for Espanola, number 5, Justin Sagan.
So Justin Sagan, another goal scorer here for Espanola, comes in with the game on the line. Sagan with a move, makes a stop, Flageau makes the save, and that's the game. The Powassan Voodoos will take this one 3-2 in the shootout.
And this is exactly the finish the Powassan Voodoos wanted from their netminder. They got it. It did not start their way. It certainly ended their way as the Powassan Voodoos take the home team, home game here before their stretch on the road. Final score 3-2.
Yeah, no one thought that Cannon Flageau would remain perfect in the shootout after the way the game started for him. 2 goals on 3 shots, as now the Voodoos will hit the road like you mentioned, and will bring you our 3 stars here momentarily on the front line.
Tonight's 3 stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
Just waiting for the teams to get off the ice before they do their presentation of the 3 stars of the game. You have to think that there would be a strong contingent of Voodoos players. Looks like there's 2 of them that'll at least make the 3 stars of the game. Nice thing about here is that the Voodoos are actually able to get off the ice before the, as we're going to get another, we're going to get Reese Smetham with the 2nd star. As the Zamboni's already out on the ice too. All right. Connor O'Brien is the 1st star of the game for the Voodoos. So the nice thing about here compared to Memorial Gardens is the players actually get a chance to get off the ice before the 3 stars are announced, compared to North Bay where it's, oh, the game's over, here's the 3 stars, and the players are like, we're supposed to sign pucks and throw them over the glass.
And the Zamboni's already trying not to run over the poor players as we wrap this up.
They haven't even gotten the 1 net off the ice yet. It's like they want to go home or something already. They're like, hey, you guys got enough free hockey out of this. You know, we're going to try and wrap things up here. So the Voodoos with a big 3-2 victory over Espanola in the shootout. Andrew, how do we feel about that one at the end?
Well, like you said, it's not about how you start, it's how you end. And the Powassan Voodoos, not their game the first 3 minutes, but certainly after the next 15 after that and the next 2 periods, they certainly got this one back. And we've got a win from the hometown team before they hit the road for the next 4 games. They're back on home ice March 17th up against the Cubs from Sudbury. The Powassan Sportsplex game time on that game is 7 p.m.
Well, that'll do it from here on this one. The next frontline broadcast will be tomorrow, 2 o'clock, North Bay Battalion against the Niagara Ice Dogs. The Battalion riding a 2-game winning streak. Also, there is the U18 Trappers game against the Timmins Majors tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning, right from this Powassan Sportsplex. But it'll be Hockey TV exclusive. We won't have it on the front line for you, although it will be myself and Ben Sargent in that game for sure. Cameraman Mike, producer Ben Long, Andrew White. I'm Courtney Kenny, and this has been a frontline broadcast of the Powassan Voodoos taking down the Espanola Paper Kings 3-2. As always, keep your eye on the front line.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.